Hey YouTube, Bernard here from WeeklyHow and welcome back to another part of Advanced Shopify App Tutorial series. In this video, we're just going to continue what we left off in the last video. And yeah, in the last video, what we did is we just installed the Shopify app to our development store, created a new Shopify app from scratch and connected it to our web host and yeah, generated access tokens and so on and so forth. So in this video, speaking of access token, what we're going to do is to create a database and connect it to our Shopify app to save the access token to our database. So whenever someone opened the Shopify app, we're going to take their access token to our database and use that access token for Shopify API calls. So yeah, so without further ado, open your FileZilla Shopify partner account and hostinger account or whatever web host you're using, and let's start working. All right, so I'm here now in my Shopify development store, and as you can see, I have my access token showed up in my Shopify app. So what we're going to do is to use this access token and store it to our database. So let's do that. Let's head to our web host and scroll down and open MySQL database and create a new MySQL database. All right, so I created a new MySQL database account, and I have here the MySQL database, the user, and then the host, and I create a password. So feel free to create a new one and make sure to save the password in your notepad because you're going to use that for creating the script, MySQL Connect script. So yeah, let's open PHP enter PHP and we're going to create the table for the shop for the access token. Alright, so we're here now in PHP and the first thing we're going to do is to create the tables. So yeah, let's call this shops. And for the number of columns, you could just leave it as is because we need ID, access token, shop URL, and installation date. But if you don't want to include installation date, feel free to just don't include it. So yeah, we're going to click go button, and yeah, we have this table of input boxes that we're going to fill in. So for the name, first we need ID, leave it integer, and then for the value, let's just give it 25 and check auto increment and make sure the index name is primary and click go. Yeah, make sure it's primary index. And next one is the shop URL. Okay, we need URL to make sure that the access token belongs to the specific Shopify store. So yeah, next is access token and then installation date. Like I said, if you don't want to include installation date, just don't type anything over here. And for the type, make sure it's varchar, and we'll make this to 255. And actually, yeah, we can just leave it 30. We don't want to use a lot of length. And yeah, I guess we're done. No, not yet. For the type, for the installation date, let's just give it a date and time. And there you go. Just click save. That should work. And there we go. We have ID, shop URL, access token, installation date. Now we have a table. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to create the MySQL connect.php. So open your FileZilla and go into inc folder. And over here, we have the functions.php. Let's just create a new file. Create new file, right click, create new file. And let's call this MySQL underscore connect.php. And open that with your favorite text editor. Alright, so we have here our MySQL connect.php. The first thing we're going to type in is, of course, PHP, and make sure you close it. And next is we're going to create a set of variables. So first is the host. Let's call it host, and give it a value of localhost. Don't forget the semicolon. And next variable is the username of our MySQL database. And let's head back to our host and just copy this. Go back to editor and paste the value. There you go. Next is the password, of course. Password. Type in the password that you typed in for your database. If you remember, we have the MySQL database name, username, and the password. So whatever you typed in this input box, you should paste it over here. So give it a value. I'm not going to type the password there because it's a bit risky. I don't want you to access my database. What? All right, so next variable is the database. It's called database, and of course we're just gonna copy this. It's just the same. There we go. And then next is the con variable, and give it MySQL I connect. There we go. And then first argument is the host. Second is the username. And the next is the password, I believe. And then the last one is the database. There you go. And then we're going to check if connect is true, then, or no, actually if connect is if the MySQL connect was not successful, then we're going to use the die function and display what caused the problem. So I'm just gonna type in connection error, and then we're going to concatenate that with MySQL I connect error. Let's close that, and yeah, that's it. So save that and update the file in your FileZilla, and we're good to go. All right, so once your MySQL_connect.php is uploaded, let's head back to the previous files, and yeah, open index.php and access MySQL Connect and make sure that it's connected successfully. So let's edit this file, and yeah, just reload. Over here we have, yeah, the default code. So first is, let's use include once, and let's apply inc slash MySQL underscore connect.php, close with semicolon, save that, and update the file. And let's go back to our Shopify app and refresh. Let's see if this works. And there you go. We haven't received any errors, so that means everything is connected. So let's go over here. We have echo print r, which shows our access token, which display the access token. And actually, no, it's not that. Yeah, let's just get rid of this actually, and just save that. Let's update our file. Hit refresh, and there you go. We have this array. That means it's working. And yeah, first thing we're going to do is, of course, to check if the store is in the database. Otherwise, we're going to redirect this store to installation page. That's what we need to do. So let's call SQL select all from shops where shop URL is equal to let's close that, concatenate, and then type in Shopify, and then the key URL or shop, I think it's shop, then limit 1. There you go. We need to select at least one shop in our database which have a value of WeeklyHow app test myshopify.com, because the value of the shop is this string. So we need to compare this over here. So we need to like, hey, does this string in our database? If it is, then that means it's existing. So we don't want to redirect them to the installation page. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Next is SQL, or no, let's just call this check, and then MySQL I query, and then con, then SQL. There we go. And then we're going to check if MySQL I num rows, and then SQL, no, it's check, it's greater than 0, then that, no, it's actually supposed to be it's less than 1. If the value of the rows is 0, then that means the store is not in the database. So we're going to redirect them to the installation page. So header string location and then install.php and then give it a parameter of shop and then concatenate it with the Shopify. There you go. And then close that and don't forget to exit and then semicolon. Let's save that and head back to FileZilla to update the file. And if we refresh this, let's see what will happen. And there you go. Now it shows us that our store is not in the database. That's why it gave us an access token. There you go. Real good. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to open our token.php because this is where access token is being generated. So let's edit this file. So click reload. All right, so right over here, we're just gonna comment out access token because we don't want it to always be shown in our Shopify app. We don't want that. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, include the MySQL file. So require once, and then let's just add inc/MySQL connect.php. And then close that with semicolon. So the next thing we're going to do is to create a new variable. Let's call it SQL. And over here, let's just type insert into what table was that? Yeah, shops. Into shops. And yeah, shop URL. And then access token. And then installation date. Install date. Close that. And then values. Just gonna give it, just close that, then quotation marks, single quotation mark, single quotation mark. For this, actually, no, we don't need, because we need now function. And over here for the access token, let's just concatenate the value of access token variable over here. Just paste it over here. And then for the shop URL, what we need is, params shop, just copy that and just concatenate its value over here. There you go. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check if it's successful, if the MySQL query is successful or not. So let's call it if, and then over here, let's just type MySQL I query, and then open the parentheses, and then con variable SQL, and then curly braces, and then over here we're just going to check if the MySQL query is successful. Then that means we can just redirect them to the store, to the apps. All right, so let's do that. Location, and then for the location, you just concatenate param shop over here. Actually, no, let's just add HTTPS and then // and then another string over here and /admin/apps/ and the name of your Shopify app. There you go. Always, you can just copy this because this is your URL. Just paste it over here. Just close it with semicolon. Don't forget the exit function. And over here, if it was not successful, that means we should display an error. So just call die function and then display what kind of error was it. No, actually it's not die. Let's just echo something out. All right, so let's just error for inserting the access token. Something like that. You can do whatever you want. You can just type in whatever you want. And yeah, everything is good, I guess. Insert, shop, just double check. Don't forget to double check your scripts. Okay, so I think it's good. Let's just save this and update the file. There you go. Over here, let's just refresh. Just wait. Okay, I think there was an error. Refused to connect. Let's see if it saved the access token though. Yeah, it did. It did save the access token. I think the issue is it keeps looping back. Like it keeps redirecting to the installation, and then the install or the access token, that token, that PHP script is redirecting us back to the store. All right, so let's just fix that. All right, so I have found the issue now, and the problem is the length of Shopify URL is too short, is too low, because the shop URL WeeklyHow app test.myshopify.com is longer than 30. So over here in the structure, I changed the 30 to 255. So make sure you change that to a larger amount, or you can just change that instead of varchar. You can just use text, which I believe much better than varchar. But yeah, I'm just used of using varchar. But yeah, feel free to do that. Do more research about varchar versus text. Okay, so yeah, now we have finally connected our Shopify app to the database, and whenever someone install our app, it will save the database. Actually, let's try that. Let's uninstall this app. But if we're going to uninstall this, the data from our database will not be deleted. We still don't have okay, let's delete that. Or it's called webhook. I forgot the word. All right, so yeah, we have deleted the app. Let's just delete this. Go back to our apps page and then select your app and then select store and just select WeeklyHow app test or whatever store you want it to install to. And there you go. Now it's being installed. Just wait. And yeah, click install unlisted app. And there you go. Let's just check in the database and see if it also saved. And there you go. Now we have the access token and the shop URL, the right shop URL. And as you can see, it incremented from 1 to 2. Because yeah. All right, so all right, guys, that's how you save access token. I'm sorry if we did the same video in the previous one. I just want this to be organized as much as possible because I want this to be progressive compared to the last series. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part of Advanced Shopify App Store series.